The movie Baby John is disappointing after all the expectations that were built around it. You can skip watching it in the theaters and wait for it to come on the TV channels. I thought Baby John is named after the iconic movie character from Hollywood called John Wick, and that this movie's action will be a tribute to him. Sadly, it did not turn out to be so. The movie Baby John is about a super cop called Satya Verma, played by Varun Dhawan. And he does manage to impress in parts when intensity is required, and even with some action involving guns and hand combat. But sadly, his own personality and partly the way the movie is directed and edited works against him. I mean, I have never seen a serious IPS officer dancing like the way he does, and in parts, the way he carries himself when not part of the action. And his boyish charm on display by the director dilutes the intensity with which the movie should have operated all throughout. My main complaint is the editing of the movie, which is awful to say the least. The movie wastes a lot of time on non essential parts. The opening sequence to show the relationship between Satya, played by Varun Dhawan, and the little girl Khushi he is living with, ostensibly somewhere in Kerala, is way too big. More than a big sequence, it is a wasted screen time. As for example, a scene where a car splashes water on the little girl and Varun Dhawan chases the guy only to do almost nothing, the perpetrator. Another example of wasted screen time is when Satya goes to see this girl played by Sania Malhotra, which has almost zero connection with the story. It is basic directorship and script writing 101 that each and every scene should have a good connection with the story. Yet another example is that of another heroine playing the role of a school teacher who interacts with Satya and Khushi. This heroine turns out to be an IPS officer but almost has zero connection with the main plot. These loose ends make you feel that your intelligence as an audience member is being taken for granted. The first half of the movie should have been condensed for intensity, and parts of the second half, which show some significant action which defines the movie, should have been really the part of the first half before the intermission. Rajpal Yadav, who plays the loyal aide of Satya, has a good monologue which you are really impressed with. So kudos, Rajpal. The music is fine. The songs are not worth remembering. There are no major dialogues. The only one which gets repeated often is मेरे जैसे यहाँ कई आए होंगे लेकिन मैं यहाँ पहली बार आया हूँ. You do remember it, but somehow it lacks the thud needed. Now, the saving grace of the movie is the character of the villain Babbar Sher or Nanaji, played by Jackie Shroff. The moment he comes on screen, you get the chills and get the message that he means business. Now, clearly, Satya does something to Babbar Sher to teach him a strong lesson which is intense. However, then, like a schoolboy trying to show off his new dress, Satya goes and tom-toms what he did to Babbar Sher's family, and that is something childish. That is what I call dilution of intensity. Babbar Sher, of course, strikes back, and then Satya finally settles the score, and the movie should have ended there. But it doesn't. In what seems like a completely stupid afterthought, the ending is extended just to provide a cameo to another superstar. And that ending really did it for me, and I walked away disappointed from the theater.